wonder what is real. Is this really what I feel? Is it what I've been searching for?
Hello everyone, and thanks for joining. And for those of you who already subscribed and you know who you are, I really appreciate the support. And anyone who's happened to stumble across this very amateur homemade channel and you fancy helping out, please don't be afraid to like and subscribe. That's only if you want to, of course. So like most people, I'm a complete sucker for movie buzz, to such an extent that all my socials are all films. And like a lot of us film nerds, most of our viewing decisions are either based on recommendations or simply on great cover art. And I think this choice was pretty much down to the cover. And I've seen it a lot as I aimlessly scroll through Insta. Now I'd be lying if I was to say the cover highlighted a brand new concept or an intriguing genre. It really doesn't. From the off, I kind of knew exactly what film I was going to get. Well, I thought I did anyway. It kind of screams, doesn't it? Possession, exorcism, Satan, basically the world's going to end kind of thing. So that being said, even though the cover highlighted nothing new, as it's blood-soaked nuns here, I kind of happen to enjoy that kind of thing. I really like those church-based devil possession, crazy nun kind of horror movies, and to me they're some of the best of the genre, The Exorcist, Omen, etc. So, Immaculate is written by Andrew Lobel and directed by Michael Mohan. And to be honest, these are both new names to me. And after a quick search of the director, it appears this is his fourth film. And previous to this, he's kind of occupied the rom-com thriller space. So with any luck, this director's stab at a new genre may bring something different to the table. Well, that's what I was hoping for anyway. The film has a great setting, which is an old Roman Catholic convent deep in the Italian countryside. And we're soon told that it's designed to take care of elderly nuns. The narrative starts as we follow Sister Cecilia, who's played by Sidney Sweeney, and more about her performance a bit later, as a young woman who joins the convent. She receives an invitation from Father Sal to join, and we're given no more information or knowledge on any of her previous life. Now this could be to heighten mystery and tension, or even suspense to the story, but to me I suspect it's more of a case of lazy writing. The plot of Immaculate then kicks in when Cecilia discovers she's pregnant, despite never having slept with a man. Is it a miracle or is it something darker? Well, it soon becomes apparent that she's in the midst of some kind of crazy religious violent plan. And I don't really want to elaborate too much more because I'm not a big fan of spoilers and I wouldn't want to spoil it for anyone watching. I talk a lot about how some of the best horror movies often serve as a means to explore real-world issues or look at themes in unique and interesting ways. And in fact, some of the very best of the genre really do have important things to say about the world. But what does this film have to say? Has it got anything to say? Well, it could be argued that it kind of very lightly dances around women's rights and childbirth, abortion, etc. These in themselves are really weighty themes, actually. And it's such a shame that the filmmakers here don't really know what to do with them. In fact, you could say if there's any theme displayed, it's kind of just used to line up just another tedious jump scare, which to me is a real disappointment and a completely wasted opportunity. When it comes to the acting, well, to me this is a difficult one. Because we know next to nothing about the main character, it's kind of hard to judge. But to be fair, the performance really didn't work for me. Whether or not this is because of the screenplay just lacked anything or the acting was a bit over the top. And to be fair, I think it's a bit of both of those. I do think there's a lot of overacting here, where to me sometimes it kind of bordered on laughable, or other times there was literally no acting whatsoever. This wasn't just evident in Sidney Sweeney's case, but I felt that across the majority of the cast. I think they were trying to make the best of what they had, but they probably made too much of it. The aesthetic look and visuals on display here are really used to serve the story. Every scene looks really great. It added atmosphere and provided a really good backdrop as the story unfolded. Now, there's no real visual flair here, but I don't think it really needs to be because it's not that kind of film. It does the job it needs and it really serves the narrative. Now ultimately this really is a film of two halves. The first being the setup of the Catholic terror, leading the viewer to question what's really happening, and it creates our lead character's distrust in the world around her. While the second half moves into a schlocky movie tropes that really let the film down after all the good work of the first 45 minutes. To me, the film didn't really know what it wanted to be, which is a real shame, and it could have been so much more. It had some really great ideas, but it just didn't know what to do with them. And in the end, it kind of played it safe, and it fell back on those common, off-the-news horror nonsense. Yeah, we're talking jump scares here. To me, the filmmakers were trying to create a modern take on giallo movies, but I think they fell wide of the mark. That being said, I kind of liked it. Yeah, the acting was rubbish, the second half was silly, bordering on nonsense, but for all of that, it actually kept me entertained. And surely that's the point of any movie, isn't it? So let's wrap up. It's a very, very silly movie, but it has a small place in my heart. Well, I am talking a small place. I'd give it a 3 out of 5. Thanks very much for taking the time out to watch this video. I hope you liked it. If you've got any comments, please leave them for me. I'd really appreciate it. Or if you've got any ideas of any future film reviews, don't be afraid to get in contact. My email address will always be in the description. So that's it. Thanks very much, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.